The president of South Korea, uh, his name is, if I can pronounce it right, is Yoon Suk Yeol. I hope I pronounced it right. Has been sentenced to life in prison for attempting to overthrow democracy in South Korea in December 2024. And this is a very similar scenario to what happened in the US on January 6th in 2021, where he declared martial law. He went a step further and he tried to take over the country by force. And thanks to the Congress members there, or Parliament, Congress members, they resisted him and they were able to vote down the martial law. It was something that you need to check out how they were fighting military, and this goes back a little bit to even Brazil's former president Bolsonaro, who tried to set in power in a very similar situation where after he lost the election, he tried to rile up his supporters to attack the I forget now if it's called the parliament or the government buildings, where all his supporters, and the images are very similar to January 6th. Supporters walking around, storming into the place. Um, and it makes you think about something. In both cases, the South Korean president was served justice swiftly, life in prison, and they wanted him to get death sentence, but the judges decided not to because there were no casualty, no one was killed in his attempt to hold on to power. And Bolsonaro, he was sentenced to 27 years in prison. And when you look at the U.S., where the current president Donald Trump did very similar to what they did, but the American people and the system were not able to hold them accountable. And people are talking about, oh, it was a witch hunt by the Democrats and Biden. They were not. They dragged their feet trying to not appear political, trying to stay back, as opposed to Trump, who's always calling out to prosecute him. And I want you to give me convictions and charges on these people. That's Trump's attitude. Biden was not pushing it. He was minding his own business. You can search online. You never heard Biden say, I want charges. You never heard conversations. He stayed behind. And Mary Garland, the AG, the Attorney General, he dragged his feet not to appear too partisan and too mean. And because of that, look what happened. And people voted for him. So it's a very black eye in the American Republic, in the stage of the world. How people in South Korea and Brazil, countries that are less powerful than the USA, a leader and a leader from the Second World War II, and have the American people still support someone who tried to overthrow the democracy in our constitutional republic? It's shocking. But these people, these nations that are inspired by the American way, by the system of elections and rule of law and due process, they did it. But we didn't. And look where we are right now. And right now, I mean, the people around the world, they were blaming Trump the first time wholly, but the second time they elected Trump, they're also blaming the American people too. So how can you be so dumb to elect someone who tried to destroy your democracy the first time with lies of things that never happened, fraud and massive election rigging, no proof to this day. Just people online saying, you don't know that happened? You are dumb. If you open your eyes, we will then send it to him so he can share with all of us. But to this day, he is a criminal who tried to destroy this country, and he's doing it today in his second term, trying to become a king. Maybe I'm surprised that he hasn't tried to rename United States of Trump yet. Anyway, some people have common sense.